Hello everyone, Simon here. Welcome back to Minecraft. We are continuing to work on the underwater structures inside the cave, under the Tholos, down there. So last week we were working on underwater roads. Right, the idea is that there's ruins. There's ruins of old structures under the water. Whether or not that's believable is a different question. But let's get down here. So the road, not sure what happens up here. Comes down this way, comes down this way. This has to go that way. Comes down here. And then we are continuing, I think at this level, to there. And then I guess it just ends against the rock. Let me get something to fill as well. Well, maybe I just use the rock that I mine out. Okay, so what's the plan? Plan is oh, it's so close. Being in the water makes things closer, I think. Not sure. Look at that map on the side there. I'm super close, right? Does being in the water make everything closer? It does. Why does being in the water make everything closer? Anyway, that's annoying. And then there... I do need to fill. Alright, let me grab some materials to fill. There. Dirt, I guess. Hey, Hava. So it's saying... Well, how far do we go? To there? There. And then we stay at this level? Also running out of air. Talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. 1, 2, 3. right to there, and then there. Does it disappear into the rock? That would suggest some kind of disruption, right? Like when you have a landslide over a road, it covers the road. Maybe it does disappear into the rock. What does Pompeii look like? Let me hold on. Let me take a look, do some research. Internet browser. Pompeii. It's all the excavated stuff, unfortunately. Okay, first of all, let's go to Wikipedia. Let me show this. Window. Pompeii. There it is. So Pompeii is the city that was buried by the volcano Vitruvius. No, Vesuvius. Vesuvius erupted, and the whole town was covered in ash, and it was all buried and preserved. That's Pompeii. What's with the pixels in this image? They upscaled it from a low resolution image for some reason. And it's just a smudge. Why did they do this? Really? Why'd they do that? Forum of Pompeii. With the entrances to the Basilica, the Macellum, Temple of Jupiter, Mount Vesuvius in the distance. So the grass is new. They're watering the grass. This is repaired, right? Is the brick the repair? It is. So the stone bit is the original, and because they're missing some of the pieces of the column, they replaced it with brick for the reconstruction. I think is how we make sense of that. But like, what part of the brick is original and what part of it is reconstruction? There's arches there. Are the arches new? So I think some of this is reconstructed and then some of this is left ruins. It's kind of a mishmash. Not sure which is which, just by looking at it. Not sure if this is useful though. Let's go down a little bit. First Samnite town, first expansion, second expansion, Roman expansion. So the original town is there, and then they added, and then they added, and then the Romans Fascinating. And then they put a wall around it. Etruscan Temple of Apollo. Very interesting. I guess it's been pretty thoroughly excavated, huh? Periods, areas of excavation. So that's interesting. That's the road out of the city. And outside the road, there's more structures. That would be like the market, right? Outside the city gates. Map of Pompeii. Oops. Herculaneum Gate. Villa of Diomedes. Villa of the Mysteries. Huh. Marina Gate. Suburban baths. Interesting, the baths are outside. Foreign baths. Temple of Jupiter. Temple of Apollo. Temple of Venus. So this is the temple district. The forum is there. More baths, more temple. Theater district. And then the Romans added a bigger amphitheater. Hmm. Main Street? Is it a well? Interesting they have a water. I guess I mean it's convenience, right? You want water in the close to where people live and work. Oh, that's unfortunate. There's plants there. So they excavated it, and then the plants start growing in, and they're not really preserving it. Conservation limitations. It does take a lot of money to conserve a place like this. Yeah, so the brick is because they couldn't find the original pieces, so they replaced it with brick to rebuild a bit of it. Amphitheater. It's there's a plant growing in the seats. Hmm. Interesting. A bakery? Not sure if I'm going for this sort of look though. Here's a Google Images. Blue room. So interesting. Snakes? Some kind of temple with snakes in it. Oh, and naked people having sex. I I have been to Pompeii. In some of the rooms, there's murals of naked people, just so you know. Uh, what is this? That's cool. Look at that. It's a picture of having a party. A lot of people lounging around, some of them half naked. The Romans did have parties. Semi-naked? Oh, that dude is just naked. I mean, it's art, right? It's art. Hmm. Okay, so let's go back to the game. Not sure if that helps me or not. But let's say the roads mysteriously disappear into the rock without any further explanation. And maybe the buildings also just disappear into the rock without further explanation. Put the lights back for now. Did I say the road also goes this way? I think I did. How do we do that? We have diagonal this way and then step down. Hold up before I suffocate. Ah. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2 and 3. If I do that... Seems a little close. It's a little close. I would have to cut that. So maybe I bring it back this way. I'd rather cut the thicker one, right, than the thinner one. Oh, I need to go underneath there. Crap. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like that. Two, 3. And then we step down twice. Turn into the straight, and then we step down twice. Or do we only step down once? Maybe we only step down once.